Spreading all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors Dynasty here on College Football 25. And today we have the final kind of, I don't know how I want to say, like solo episode, I guess you could call it. The final episode where it's just one single focus, because next episode we start the full year in one video sim, and we will go through that until we finish up some of the careers of some of our more favorite players like Matthias Felix or Leo Van Dyke or Steven Kranchik or guys like that we've grown to come to love over the course of these like 4 seasons or whatever we've been doing this. So this episode is going to be the off season, where we finalize our recruiting class, which we're going to have a really, really good recruiting class. We're going to see some transfers, hopefully get some people in the transfer portal if there's anybody interested. Maybe there's some good people in there, I don't know. And then we're going to encourage some transfers, maybe kick some people off the team, and then get ready for the next episode, which is going to be, like I said, the full season 5 simulation, which I got to find a good playbook, because I don't think the Hawaii playbook is going to simulate very well. So I got to change the playbooks. I got to remember to do that, because I want this team to simulate well to represent how good the team is and how good they play on the field. So I want to give that same kind of feel to it in simulation. So basically, we're going to get ready to go. If you're going to enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe channel, join the Juice Club. We got the off season, defending champs, 2-time, back to back. Let's get ready. We pick up right where we left off at the end of season recap of 2027. If you missed the last episode, we won the College Football National Championship, beating Michigan 40-21. It warmed my heart to beat them. And as you can see in the top corner, we are the national champions for the second time in a row. If we go to the coach contracts, you will see our history here. We've played 4 seasons of Hawaii football here in the Dynasty. We went 10-4 in the first year and made the LA Bowl. Then we had a big improvement, 14 wins, making it to the Mountain West Conference Championship, winning that, going to the Rose Bowl, winning that, going to the Fiesta Bowl and winning that, but losing to Penn State in the National Championship. Then we revived the Pac-12 in year 3, went 15-1, won the Pac-12, the first Pac-12 championship since it had been revived. Then we go to the Fiesta Bowl, Rose Bowl, win both of those, and then we get back to the National Championship, but this time we win it. And then obviously this year, we do all the same things, except for this time we win the Cotton Bowl instead of the Fiesta Bowl, and then we go back-to-back national champions. So pretty successful dynasty here. And if we go over to the coaching stats, we can see our full coaching stats here. We have an A-plus coach prestige. We have a 54-8 record, 4 winning seasons, obviously all 4 years that we've played this. We are 8-1 in the playoffs. The one loss, obviously, is the national championship. We have 2 national titles, 3 conference titles, 0 first-round picks, even though we're not going to talk about that because we have Cam Barfield. We know that Cam Barfield was a first-round pick. We have 3 players drafted, and we have no top 5 recruiting classes just yet, but we might have one this season. I'm not sure about that. I have to remember, or I have to find out officially. The full end of season stats after everything's been done. I think we took a look at this before we did like the Pac-12 championship and everything like that, but this is the full roundup of all the season stats after every game has been played. 3,000 total yards for Leo Van Dyke through everything, 37 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. We didn't really necessarily lean on his arm too much, but when we did, stud. Absolute stud. Rushing numbers, wow, 2,000 even is hard to do, and he got it on the dot. 6.8 yards per carry, 24 touchdowns on the ground, and 125 yards per game that he averaged. No fumbles the entire year. 33 broken tackles as well. Pelham Liu had a great year as a backup, and then Derek Boyd had a fine season as the third string. But Pelham Liu, I mean, he could start as the number 1 running back on a lot of teams in college football. He just happens to be the backup here. Receiving numbers, obviously, we've got two freaks in Matthias Felix. I really hope he doesn't declare for the draft. I'd be really sad if he did. 1,400 yards for him, 17 touchdowns, 1,000 yards for Geo Starks, and 14 touchdowns for him as well. He was unbelievable in the playoffs, and what a monster, especially in the semifinal game. An absolute stud, and he was just a freshman, true freshman. So he broke out, and he's a freak. Tuafeli was great. Fetumama was great. Angel Raymond was great in the limited amount of tosses we gave him. But we have a great wide receiver core, and it's only going to get better. Blocking numbers are pretty good. Defensively, 92 tackles for Alani Yo. That's what happens when you have a 90-plus speed linebacker roaming around the field. He's going to get a lot of tackles. Rashard Starks, also 99 speed, I think, or 98 speed, something like that. He's a freak. And then obviously our GOAT, Evan Johnson. What a stud he's been. Tackle for loss leader was Laga with 26, 23 for Swede, 16 for Jermichael Powell. And Laga leads the team with 16 and a half sacks on the year. Ramon Funk and Ollie Swede have 10. Interception leader, why? Why does Dylan Pelshak have 8 interceptions? He's always right there, but I don't like him. McConnell Meyer will graduate. He has 7 interceptions, and Rashard Starks, as a freshman, had an unbelievable season. That recruiting class from last year might end up being our best of all time. Kicker was good, although we didn't ask him to do too much. He kicked 86 extra points, though. It's pretty crazy. Dion Hester punted 3 times. No kick return touchdowns this year, and no punt return touchdowns this year, but those are hard to come by in modern college football games. I do want to take a look at some career stats for some of our seniors, if they do end, or some of our juniors, in case they do declare for the draft. So if we go to our career stats, Mike Alejado, he's going to graduate. These are his career numbers. He didn't really play much, to be fair. Rushing numbers, Pelham Liu, if he does declare, these are his career numbers. I don't think he will. I think he'll be back for his senior season. It's mainly just Matthias Felix. I wanted to see his career numbers because he might declare. There's a good chance he would. 3,900 yards, 41 touchdowns. I mean, he's just a beast. He started as a true freshman. He's absolutely unbelievable. And Geo Starks has a really good shot to break all of these records because he's also a freak. Matthew Bliss is great. Tuafeli's great. The senior numbers for Evan Johnson, the career numbers, over 300 tackles, 23 tackles for loss, 7.5 sacks, and 9 interceptions in his career. I mean, it was a journey. Evan Johnson, we moved him to sub linebacker, and he absolutely balled out. Matthew Sherrills has 12 career interceptions, 200-plus tackles. Tyreek Tate was a great player for us over the career. He was a stud. McConnell Meyer had 15 picks. He's the greatest 50-50 man of all time. And I don't mean 50-50 ball like toss-up ball. I mean 50% of the time, he's going to get absolutely torched. And the other 50% of the time, he's going to absolutely torch you. So he's the greatest 50-50 man I've ever seen in my life. Kai Shirley, I don't think he'll graduate, but here's his career numbers anyway. Alani Yo, he's still got a lot of work to do. He's only a sophomore. Rashard Stark's got a lot of work to do. Laga will probably declare. I'd be shocked if he didn't. But he finishes with 24.5 career sacks, 43 tackles for loss. Jermichael Powell had an amazing career for us. He was a stud all of these years. I'm kind of sad that he's going to be graduating. And Ollie Swede was a great player for me as well. Then we got Ramon Funk down there, but he's coming back. I think that Laga's going to declare for the draft. I don't know for sure. I'd be super happy if he came back, but I'd be shocked if he did. McConnell Meyer leads the team in career interceptions. Then Sherrills, Evan Johnson. Yeah, we got a lot of talented players that are going to be leaving us, but also a lot of talented players that are going to be stepping up in their place, and maybe even more talented. Who knows? So let's move on to the next portion after the end of season recap and take a look at what is next. We've got players leaving. Here it is. We can say goodbye to some of these players. No one's declaring for the draft. That's a little disrespectful. Quarterback, Mike Alejado will graduate. No surprise there. He's obviously a senior. Running back, nobody. Wide receiver, nobody. Matthias Felix returns. Yes. We get a senior season from Matthias Felix. No tight ends. One left tackle, Jerry Ione. I don't know. No left guard, no center, no right guard, no right tackle. Only one offensive lineman graduates. Okay. No left end. Jermichael Powell and Jackson Mageo, they're both seniors. They had to graduate. And all these Swede graduates, but no Laga. He's coming back for his senior year. I respect it. Ollie Sweet is a great player, though. Jason Bailey graduates. Tyreek Tate graduates. Richard Castro and Jemai Otis both graduate. Corner is only Makana Meyer. Safety is Dom Philbin and Evan Johnson. And no kicker, no punter. So we do lose some very, very talented people. A lot of starters on the defense and on the offense. Mainly on the defense. But thankfully, Laga's still back. Makes me happy. Because it makes me happy. And we go to the off-season recruiting, transfer portal stuff. We don't get anybody drafted. That's a little disrespectful. From the back-to-back national champions, they're not going to take a flyer on anybody? All right, maybe they'll sign as UDFAs. I don't know. The transfer portal is open, but we've already had a killer recruiting class. We're working on these final guys right here, but we're in a good position to get everybody here. Currently, before we get into portal stuff, we have the #1 class in the country. Pretty sick. 8 5-stars will do that for you. We've added those 7 3-stars. That's really helped us. But the transfer portal, is anybody going to be interested in us? I hope so. No. I really hope they change that for 26. You're telling me that the 2-time defending national champions doesn't have any of the top portal players interested in coming here? I'm locked out of everybody? None of the top 50 players want to come play for the 2-time national champions. You don't want to come live in Hawaii for a season or two. What are we doing here? I can't talk to anybody? Wow. I can't talk to a single player until we get to the number 152. I'm pretty sure I recruited this guy and he didn't go to us. Sony Afa Masaga? He's from Hawaii. I'm pretty sure I looked at him. I'll add him to the board. I can't believe that out of 150 players, there's nobody that wants to come play for us in the transfer portal. They need to fix this. That's not right. I mean, there can't be all of these. Like Coach Prestige, his deal breaker is Coach Prestige. I have an A-. He needs a B-. Why am I locked out? Like what? Give me a chance to recruit them. If I don't get them, I don't get them. But at least give me the opportunity to jump in and have a battle. I hope they fix this for 26 because this is unbelievable. Why do I even care about the transfer portal if I can't go in and get any of the guys? That's not fair. Like the transfer portal is not even a thing then for me. Whatever. We won't focus on the transfer portal. We will only focus on the guys that we have. Well, I guess this one transfer portal guy, but we will only focus on the freshmen or the incoming freshmen that we are looking at currently. We have 1,050 hours, so we can really do whatever we want with these guys. It's probably even too many hours, considering there's not many people we can even go after. So obviously we're going to put the full amount on everybody. I probably should just switch this guy to a hard sell, but he's got a D on pro potential. Why do we have a D on pro potential? We're the 2-time defending national champions. I don't get it sometimes, man. I don't get the pro potential being so low. Because I don't understand why nobody's getting drafted. We should have everybody be drafted. Our whole team should have been drafted. But I guess they hate us. They hate us because they ain't us. Ooh, we can put a full 75 on this, man. Carl Cook. All right, we can go all the way on everybody here. We might as well scout this guy just because we have the hours to. Only 75 speed's not great. We probably could schedule a visit. Let's get a week 1 visit for Carl Cook. He might just accept right out the gates. We can get a week 2 visit for Bryce Turbin. He likes Coach Prestige. We can get a week 2 visit for PJ Horn. He likes playing style. We can get a week 2 visit for Eric Colley. And that's pretty much everybody. I mean, I don't think I'm going to add anybody else. I'm not going to add any 2-stars. That doesn't seem relevant at all. Why would I add 2-stars? And that's all that's really interested in us is 2-stars at this point. So I guess we could try to get into the race for some 3-stars, but it might be a little too late now. I mean, some of these guys are getting really under-recruited. Like this guy right here, Gabe Manhertz, he doesn't even have any scholarship offers. I know he's not great, but maybe we can get in on the race for him. Is there any top players that want to come play for us, like maybe some big time D tackles that haven't committed anywhere yet. No, all the 4 stars have committed to other places. There's no other 3 stars, it looks like. Are there any freak defensive ends maybe that are undecided on where they want to go to school? I mean, who doesn't want to come to Hawaii? Like, what are we talking about here? This guy wants to go to the military. Leon Fayad. We'll add a couple of these guys to the board just because they're defensive ends. And maybe a middle linebacker. Maybe a wide receiver. I'm always down to add more wide receivers. Always down. Are there going to be any speed threats down the board that haven't committed anywhere yet? He's a JUCO. I don't want any JUCOs. Tommy Tobin. He doesn't have any offers yet. What about Brian Valencia? Route runner? Is he going to have speed? I don't know. We'll take a look at him. Tyler Toner. That's a great name. Byron Massey. Philip Ziemba. He's 5'8". Maybe he can get the job done. All right, let's scout these guys, see how good they are. So we got Gabe Manhertz. He's a busted gem, 3-star. All right. What about Leon? He is a regular gem. 93 strength's pretty crazy, too. Frank Hicks is just a regular dude. Paul Buscelli, also a gem. 6'4" is pretty nice. Tommy Tobin, how good is your speed? Only 92 speed. That's not amazing. But did it say he's 6'3"? Is that what it said? Yeah, he's 6'3". This guy, Brian Valencia, has got 88 speed. He can't play for me with 88 speed. Sorry, big dog. I got actual standards for my wide receivers. 93 speed gem as well. 84 spec case, 85 acceleration. What's his release? 75 release. That's decent. He's also 6'3". And Philip Ziemba. Where's his speed at? It's not gonna show me his speed. Well, that's a little stupid. He's got decent running ability, like route running ability. He's a route runner archetype or tendency. I'm a little terrified of that. He doesn't show me his speed. I don't know if I want to offer him a scholarship without seeing the speed first. I'll offer these other guys scholarships, but I think I'm gonna take Frank. I'm gonna take Manhertz off. Manhertz off, and I'll probably take Frank Hicks off as well. Do I trust that a 5'8", 176 wide receiver? He's got 87 acceleration. Oh, he does have speed. That wasn't there before, was it? Did I just completely whiff on that? It says he's got 89 speed. Huh. Well, he's not going to play for me with 89 speed. I can't believe I didn't see that. I could have sworn it wasn't there. I don't know. Maybe I'm losing my mind. That's a possibility. All right, we're going to go full in on Fayad. We're basically going to go in on everybody. And hopefully they all commit to the program. And we can guarantee ourselves a spot at number 1. Because I love to have the number 1 recruiting class in the nation. We'll put the full 75 on them. All right, there we go. We're not going to offer any visits because we can't. So we're just going to let that ride. We got a pretty decent crop of kids. And we'll see if that can move forward here for week number 2. And we get Carl Cook to commit to the program. He's moving from Miami to Hawaii. 3-star wide receiver. That's the only one it shows, but we are in first for a lot of these guys. Second for Paul Buscelli. Wow, Minnesota really put a lot of points on him. They must have hard sold him. Week number 2 of the recruiting period. We get Carl Cook. Turbin we're looking real good on, and we got that visit. I would assume he's going to commit. PJ Horn, same deal. We're looking good on everybody here. We can put a visit on Sony Afamasaga. We might as well just go week 2, I guess. And we'll do proximity to home. He's from Hawaii, so that's perfect. Leon, we can't offer a visit yet. We can't offer a visit on anybody here. Man, Minnesota really made a big push for Paul Buscelli. Is he that good? Should we commit to him? 86 block shed. I mean, he's not amazing. Only 70 speed. He's not that great at all, actually. I think I'll leave him on the board, but I don't really know if he's worth going after too much. I'll put him at the bottom. Oh, not the top. I'll put him at the bottom. We'll see if what happens with him. But I think we're going to get everybody else here. We're looking pretty confident in that way that we're going to be able to get everybody there. We'll move to week number 3. Get some more commitments. Wow, we're first on everybody's board. We're still second on Bushelli. They didn't commit. I thought for sure after the visit, the week 2 visit, they would commit. But Minnesota's lost a little ground. We've climbed on Bushelli. Man, these guys didn't commit. I thought for sure they were locks to commit. Maybe we'll have to hard sell them. Our grades are not amazing for Bryce Turbin, but I think we can make it work. We got a hard sell, not that one. Hard sell, which one is it? It's this one, I think. Yeah, this one. But the proximity to home is an F. Ooh. I can't sell it A minus, a C minus, and an F. I'll just stick to the 65, send the house and everything like that. But everybody else we probably can. Ooh, no, not maybe I was wrong. The pro potential and the proximity to home for PJ Horn, we can't hard sell that either. Eric Colley, maybe? I can sell that. He's got 1D, which is the pro potential. But I can sell the other two, which is A plus, A minus. That shouldn't impact us as much as the other ones would. We just need to get that pro potential up. If we get that up, if we get the pro potential up, we'd be guaranteed on all these guys, basically. UCLA is making a little bit of a push for Sony. We should be able to hard sell him. He's the one transfer guy we're going after. So we should be able to hard sell him on something. Is it this one? It's this one. Playing time's a C minus for him, but the other two are A minus and A plus. So we'll hard sell that, see if that works. Leon, we're doing pretty good there. His grades are probably not going to be good enough to hard sell him. Everybody else, I think we're doing fine on. Should we hard sell Bushelli? Nah, we got bad grades for him. It's going to be a little rough. Our grades are just bad enough where the hard sell doesn't really seem like it's an effective tactic. But maybe it won't matter. We do get Bryce Turbin, even without hard selling him. We do get PJ Horn. We do get Eric Colley. So all three of those top guys. We do get the transfer Sony off of Masaga. We bring him back home to Hawaii. I think he was at what? He was at North Texas, I think, for year number 1 of his career. But we bring him back home. That's a lot of recruits in that third week. We're waiting on Bushelli, which we jumped massively. It looks like Minnesota might have stopped recruiting him, at least as hard as we're going after him. Everybody else we're looking pretty good for. I feel like we don't have to do much else. I think if we just let these guys go with the way that we have them, maybe I'll toss a visit on Leon just to be safe. We might toss a visit on everybody just to be safe. Just get a little week 4. I picked the wrong thing. It's still an A+, but he doesn't have interest in it. I wanted to go for championship or for campus lifestyle. But we'll send everybody on a week 4 visit just to be on the safe side. And maybe they'll all commit. Maybe they will all commit. See, the offseason is a little bit more boring when you're not doing much in the transfer portal, but I didn't have any choice. Tommy Tobin commits to the school. Tyler Toney commits to the school. Dude, perfect. And Paul Bushelli. So Minnesota made a big push, but we made an even bigger push at the end. And it becomes National Signing Day. I know it's been a while since early National Signing Day, so we'll go over everybody's dev traits. We get everybody. Leon Fayad also committed. So we end with 30 total players in the class and the number 1 class in the country by a good margin, 263 over 256. We had 8 5-stars committed, 6 4-stars, and 16 3-stars. We didn't necessarily need 16 3-stars, but I wanted to guarantee a top 5 class, and I got one, including the number 1 class. So that's huge. And the 8 5-stars is huge as well. All right, so let's go over everybody's dev traits just to refresh our memory. And refresh my memory too. So I know you're not going to be able to see them. I will tell them to you. Jimmy Sims, the number 1 player in the entire country, has impact. Star Dev for Ralph Hacker, number 3 player in the country. Elite Dev for Max Hape, and that's how I'm going to pronounce it because he's not a real player or a real person. Joshua Brazil, tight end, 5-star tight end, has Star Dev. Star Dev for Juan Vela, 5-star running back. 5-star defensive end, massive forehead, Ronnie Simonson has star dev. Star for Jimmy Steven, normal for Theo Carswell, impact for Oscar Camella, impact for Caesar Warrior, great name. Lorenzo Drango, the 4-star gem outside linebacker, has elite dev. Titus Byler, quarterback, normal. Did he lose a star? I could have sworn he was a 5-star. I'd have to go back into the archives and see when we're recruiting him. I could have sworn he was a 5-star. Did he lose a star? That's crazy if he did. He's normal dev. Tony Poe is normal dev. Elite dev for Eric Dicker. Finau Chiu, impact, middle linebacker. 3-star left guard Tim Osika has star. Manuel Herrera, impact. Normal for DeMarco Vanover. Emeka Adongo has impact. DeAndre Mixon, impact. Devon Triggs, impact. Normal for Carl Cook. These are the guys we just got this time or this cycle. Bryce Turbin, normal. Impact for PJ Horn. Impact for Eric Colley. Normal for Sony Afamasaga. Impact for Leon Fayad. Normal for Tommy Tobin. Impact for Tyler Toney. And impact for Paul Buscelli. So only a few elite devs, but it's fine. It's totally fine. Now we get to the real meat and potatoes, the position changes here. Who is going to be swapping positions? So we've got 4 athletes. Obviously, Hape is going to be a running back. I guess, maybe it's not obviously. We'll see what he's best at. He's best as a fullback? 82 overall fullback is crazy. He's 6 foot 188. He is not a fullback. But he's also a 79 overall vertical threat tight end at 6 foot. Really? I mean, I know he's got speed, but I feel like I'd be doing him a disservice if I made him a tight end. I'm going to turn him into a running back like he was recruited to be, but that's some crazy position change options. We've got Titus Byler, who is a quarterback, but he could also be a running back. I'm going to give him quarterback. We don't really need running back as much, so we're going to make him a quarterback. Then we've got Leon Fayad and Devon Triggs. So, Leon, what are you going to be? Probably defensive end. That makes sense. You're 6'5", 261. We'll put you at right end. And then what do we got here? We got Triggs. He's also a quarterback archetype, but he's a better running back. 6'3", 219 is not really a running back. That seems a little strange to put him at running back, but he's such a low overall quarterback. I mean, I guess we could just redshirt him. We're probably going to redshirt him anyway, regardless of what position we put him at. But, I mean, it seems a little weird to have him be a 6'3" running back at 219. I guess we could make him a receiver, but we have so many receivers, we don't need another receiver. I mean, I'm kind of tempted to make him a running back. I think I'm going to do it. That's a little weird. 6'3" is a weird running back height if you're not like 220 or 240 like Derrick Henry. Obviously, we know who our starting quarterback is going to be next year. It's going to be Leo Van Dyke, but we have some decent options behind him. We've got Stephen Abbott, who I think was a 4-star gem. Cornell Bynum is a great option. We've got Joe Hemingway, who was a great recruit. And then we've got the 2 recruits that we brought in this year. So our quarterback room is very, very well endowed. That is for sure. I'm excited about it. Running back room, we know who's going to be our starter. We know who's going to be our backup. But Max Hape and Juan Vela have a good chance of not getting redshirted. They might play as true freshmen. We've got Pelham Liu as well. Maybe they won't play because Pelham's got to play. He deserves to play. And we've got Keelan Streeter as well. I don't know. We got a lot of good running backs. Wide receiver, we are loaded at wide receiver. We're probably going to tell some of these guys to leave because I didn't realize how many wide receivers we brought to the team. Matthias Felix is back. Tuafeli's upgraded, or he's going to be upgraded hopefully with the training. But, I mean, Caesar Warrior comes in with 96 speed, 94 excel, 95 agility. He's a freak right out the gates. Jalen Peters, we didn't get to see much of him except for kick returning. Our wide receiver room is legit. Our wide receiver room is legit. We got a lot of talent here. We're definitely going to have to cut some people, though, unfortunately. Tight end, we got a lot of tight ends here. Joshua Brazil comes in as a 5-star tight end. He's the #1 tight end in the room. Although that's before we get to see training results, but still, he's probably going to be the number one tight end. That's kind of wild. Then our offensive line is pretty good and it's got a lot of depth. A lot of depth on the offensive line. We did a really good job with this. We got a couple 5-stars at tackle. Defensive end, Ramon Funk's going to get the start, most likely. Although we got 87 speed Shane McGarry. I forgot about him. We'll see if the training boosts him up, because that could be a starter right there. I mean, 87 speed might be undeniable. Right end, Laga and Steed are going to play a lot, probably. Simonson, 79 already. He's coming in pretty good. D tackle is going to be a big hole to fill. And maybe, can I move one of these guys into D tackle? Maybe Ronnie Simonson, 6'6", 281. I prefer somebody a little smaller than that, maybe. DeAndre Mixon, 6'3", 293. That could play D tackle in college, right? Yes, 69 overall. I mean, I could see that. In college, you don't have to be that big to play D tackle. It helps, but you don't have to be that big. And then Bryce Turbin. Is he a better D tackle? No, he's a bad D tackle. Okay. What about Simonson? Just curious. He's an 82 D tackle? Oh, mama, I think we found our starter. Ronnie Simonson, 5-star, huge forehead. He ends up being the highest overall right out the gates. I mean, that's big dubs right there. He's probably going to start. He wasn't probably going to start at defensive end. He's going to start D tackle most likely. Drango comes in with 85 speed, and he's probably going to start at outside linebacker as a freshman. Then we got Trejo, who's got 89 speed. Bullett's got 90 speed, which makes sense. His name is Bullet. And then Alani Yo's a freak. Then at corner, we got some corners with some decent speed. Unfortunately, Dylan Pelshak's our highest overall, at least for now. Then we've got Matthew Sherrills, who comes back for his senior season. Jimmy Steven, man, is a stud. What a monster that man is. Whoops. And then we've got Rashard Starks, who's going to start finally at strong safety. Even though Kai Shirley is a great player and he's a senior, I mean, you can't deny true 99 speed. That's unreal, the speed that he has. So I think that's going to be the position changes we make. We're going to move on to training results, the best part of every offseason, to see what kind of upgrades we get. What kind of upgrades are we going to get? Show me some big-time upgrades. Okay. Wow. Some upgrades for some players that I didn't expect. Taylor Bullitt is up to a 91. Nick Steed also goes to a 90. Rashawn Dwyer is a 90. Kevin Hawker's good. Ryan Mearsma, they're both 5-stars in the same class. Alani Yo's an 88. That makes sense. Laga's an 88. Ramon Funk's an 87. Leo Van Dyke's an 86. I like to see that. Abbott's up to an 81. Abbott's probably the next in line, I would assume. Unless Hemingway takes the next step. What is Abbott's dev trait? Is it just star? No, it's impact. All right. Running back Kranchik's only an 83. Doesn't he have like elite dev or something? He's got star dev. Okay. Keelan Streeter. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see Keelan Streeter take that next step, and he has. He's gone up to an 82 overall. I don't know what we do at running back. We probably have to redshirt these guys now. I was hoping they would play, but I mean, Keelan Streeter is that Cam Barfield type of player, so I can't deny him the field. Then we got wide receivers. Felix is 85. Stark's 83. That's a big jump for him. Loeffler is an 82. Why do I keep doing that? Loeffler is an 82. Then we got Peters up to an 81. Okay. Matthew Bliss is 79. Kunalik, 79. Fetu Mama has just fallen down. He just doesn't have the dev trait, I don't think. A lot of these guys are going to get redshirt, that's for sure. Tight end Joshua Brazil stays the highest overall tight end. Angel Raymond, I really thought this guy was gonna break out for us. He's been a good player for us. I mean, that normal dev really killed him, didn't it? That 88 speed's great, but now we have 89 speed, 87 speed at tight end, so he kind of just gets lost in the sauce, unfortunately. I mean, I'd say we could move him back to wide receiver, but we don't really have that much room at wide receiver either, so he's kind of just lost. We've got too many good players ahead of him on both sides. The offensive line is looking really good. Everybody's developing. Love to see it. Yeah, the offensive line's looking real good. Ramon Funk, 87 overall. Man, I was hoping Shane McGarry with that 87 speed would go higher than that. What's his depth trait? It's star. I thought he'd take a bigger jump, even without playing much, but maybe we'll still have to find a way to get on the field because 87 speed at defensive end is kind of sick. Nick Steed's a 90. We knew that. Laga's 88. Nick Steed might play more than Laga, which is crazy. And then we got Cole Falk, who is 85. D tackle. Simonson's still going to play, but Bradbury jumps up to an 82. And then we've got, so Devon Coxey jumps ahead of Lorenzo Drongo, but he still might play over Coxey. Because the thing about it, if we have 85 speed with Drango, then we have 90 speed with Bullet, and then 90 speed with Alani Yo. I mean, who's stopping that linebacking core? That's electric. And we even have Antoine Binns who's got 90 speed. We got some freak linebackers, that's for sure. The corners, Lanier jumps up over Pelshak. That's good. I like Clint Lanier. Lotu Lele gets 80 overall. We got some decent corners, decent speed. Free safety Matthew Sherrills, 86 overall. And then Rashard Starks, 82. Not a surprise. Okay, so some decent growth. Some guys I didn't expect to get big boosts got big boosts. But I'm happy with it. I was hoping that some of our like impact guys like Kranchik and Leo Van Dyke and all those guys would get even higher. But it's fine. We got some good boosts. We definitely need to cut people. We have 103 players. We've kind of gone a little overboard, a little crazy with the recruiting. I'm going to keep all the quarterbacks. Running back, I might have to, I don't want to cut Pelham. I can't. We'll come back to him. We'll come back to him. We might have to cut some wide receivers, unfortunately. And it might have to be Fetu Mama. I love Fetu Mama. But we need to get rid of some of these wide receivers, and I can't cut any of the freshmen. So Fetu, I'm sorry, big dog. It might also have to be Ben Ledecky. I think we just brought him in last recruiting class. Maybe not, though. We'll come back to that. Tight end. Do we cut Angel Raymond? I don't really want to. I feel wrong trying to cut him. Because we gave him a lot of opportunities, but he just hasn't developed. I think I might have to cut Angel Raymond. He's not going to play. We've got two tight ends that are faster already. Well, almost. I mean, Brazil's got 87 speed. It's not that much different. I think I'm going to have to cut Angel Raymond. That sucks, man. That's a good player that we just lost. Offensive line, we'll probably have to cut somebody here. Sharif Thomas is going to get cut. We got to cut a lot of people, so I can't be too stingy. Tremaine Locombo, we're going to have to cut. Ajani, do I want to cut you? I mean, there's already a guy that's better than you, at least overall wise. You're a senior. He's an athletic player. I'll come back to him. We're going to cut Clay Cleveland. We might even cut Tobias Large. I remember scouting you and recruiting you. I don't really want to cut you. Andreas Khalil. Not very fast, not very strong, not very agile. He might get cut. He's going to get cut. We got to be very strategic and very stingy on who we bring in or who we let go because we have so many people that need to get got. Cole Pounds, I like too much to cut. McGarry's got too much speed to cut. Zach Klaus is kind of in the middle. He's not all that fast. And he's not all that strong. I think Zach Klaus is going to get cut. We can't cut any D tackles. We can't cut any of the defensive ends because they're all like the new guys we just brought in. And I'm not going to cut any of these guys. Outside linebacker, Scruggs has probably got to get cut. I like Scruggs as a recruit. And then Glenn Dennis is going to get cut. So I'm not cutting Caesar. Trent Choice, I remember recruiting him as well. but he's gonna get cut. Sorry, Trent. I think we went a little overboard on the players because there's a lot of players I don't want to cut that we're gonna have to cut. Corner, I'm gonna have to be really strict on this. Brian Games or Gamez, I don't know. He's getting cut. Pelshak, I can't cut Pelshak. Even though as much as I hate him, I can't cut him. He's got 8 interceptions or 9 or whatever he had. But Caesar Anelli, 93 speed. He's the fastest player on the team or on the cornerback room. Maybe it's Mitchell Madden. We can always recruit fast corners. That's not a problem. Is he game changing in any way? What's his stats look like? His zone coverage is 88. That's pretty sick. What's his man coverage at? Did I pass it? He's a zone corner, which makes sense. His man coverage is 76. He's a really good player, actually. He's a really good player. But we need to cut people. Maybe it's Brendan Freeman. I know he's a 78 overall, but... I think I'm going to cut him. I guess I could cut... Oh, I can't. I was going to say, I guess I could Eric Hawley. I can't cut him. Never mind. Because I just brought him in. I think I'm going to have to cut Brendan Freeman. I don't like doing it, but I think I'm going to have to. We got to be strict. Can't cut any free safeties. We're not going to cut Shirley or Starks. We could cut a kicker. We probably should cut Schoonmaker, even though he's been here forever. Brian Christmas is going to start over him anyway. Yeah, let's just do that. Just cut Schoonmaker. And then we can't cut Hester. So we have 5 players that still need to be cut, or 5 spots that need to be cut. I think I went a little overboard on recruiting. Let's see. I'm not going to cut any quarterbacks. I don't think. Unless it's Cornell Bynum. No. Is it Joe Hemingway? Who's better? Hemingway's slower. Bynum's taller. Who's got the better throw power? They both have the same change of direction. They both have the same throw power. Under pressure, Bynum's better. I think Hemingway's going to get cut. Although the accuracies for Hemingway are a lot better than Bynum's. Okay. So then Bynum's going to get cut. This is tough. I mean, they're so similar in their stats. But these accuracies are really good. I think I'm going to cut Cornell Bynum. Man, that hurts. But he's going to get cut. We have 4 players left to cut off the team. I can't cut Pelham. I know it makes the most sense to cut Pelham. I can't do it, though. But he's not going to play. Streeter and Kranchik are going to start. Obviously, Kranchik's going to start. Then Streeter's going to fill in a little bit. And then we got Boyd. Pelham's not going to play. Oh, I can't cut him. But I might have to. Oh, I can't look. Oh, that's brutal. That's tough. That's real tough to have to cut Pelham. Oh, that makes me sad. That makes me really sad to have to cut him. And we got to cut a receiver. We have so many receivers. I went a little crazy on the receivers this year. I mean, I brought in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I brought in 7 freshman receivers. They're all great. They all have great speed, great stuff. But I mean, our receiving room in general is pretty young already. And it might have to be Ledecky or Leidke, I mean. Yeah, there's a million Leidkes out there. We don't need Leidke. We have just a couple more people to cut. Maybe one more tight end. Maybe one more tight end. Maybe it's George Otis. 84 speed. We can always find another tight end. Let's cut George Otis. And then we probably got to cut another offensive lineman. And it might have to be Ajani. I remember coming back to him. It's the final spot that we need to have open. He's such an athletic offensive lineman. Like he's got 87 acceleration, 93 agility, 73 speed. He's the fastest, most athletic offensive lineman on our team. But is he going to play? Robinson Tyson is going to start, and then I would guess Lewis Burr is going to be behind him. Maybe we just cut Tobias Largent. Yeah, let's cut Tobias Largent. I couldn't bring myself to cut Ajani, but Tobias Largent gets cut. So we trimmed our roster from 103 down to 85. That was tough. We had to make some really tough decisions. Some really, really tough decisions. Are we going to add anybody or change anything here in the Pac-12? I don't think so. How many people we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10 teams in the Pac-12. I don't think that we're going to change anything, but maybe we should spice things up. It's not going to really matter too much because we're going to be simulating. Is there anybody that makes like geographic sense for joining the Pac-12? Not really anybody here. When did Maryland get to the Big 12? Did I move them over here? I must have. I don't know how else they would have gotten here. That's kind of crazy. Who's in the Big 10 then? Nobody different. I must have just moved Maryland over. I don't. Where's Rutgers at? Where's Rutgers at? Did I move Rutgers away from the Big 10? Wait, where are they at? Did I pass? Are they in the Big 10 still? Where the heck is Rutgers at? Did they not? Oh, they're in the AAC. Did I do this? How else? I mean, I had to have. How else would they have gotten here? They don't just magically switch themselves. I must have changed them. I don't remember that. It's been a long time since I messed with the conferences, and obviously these seasons are so long for me to like the separation between last off season and this off season so far away in like current like month. It's probably been months since I recorded that off season video. I don't remember moving Maryland and Rutgers out of the Big Ten. I obviously did because they don't leave on their own. Huh, that's kind of crazy. All right, whatever. I don't think I'm going to change anything in the Pac-10 or the Pac-12. I guess it is technically the Pac-10. We're just going to keep everybody the way they are because it's not going to really matter too much. We're going to be simulated anyway. And we can move on to the preseason, get the schedule all figured out, the recruiting board all figured out, and all that kind of good stuff. The defending two-time national champions, the Rainbow Warriors of Hawaii. All right, the recruiting board. This is the best part of it. We got 875 preseason hours. That's huge. Show me some 5-stars. The number 1 player in the class, Ben Savage. Okay, Ben. That's a great name. Shane Volk, a quarterback. Always here for quarterbacks, that's for sure. 6'5" scrambling quarterback. Oh my God. All right, give me some of these 5-stars. Absolutely. Put these 5-stars in my belly. Show me what I'm made of, baby. Gotta put the 5-stars that we actually need on the team. But I think this is going to be a light recruiting year, especially for wide receiver. I'm not going to go too crazy in wide receiver, but I am going to go a little crazy. Maybe we go for a tight end. Brian Coker, since we just cut the one dude. We could use offensive tackles, so I'll put some extra offensive tackles in there. We could definitely use some guards, so I'll put some guards in there. Doesn't say we need a center, but that doesn't mean I can't go after any. Defensive end, we don't necessarily have many people on here, but we'll go for them anyway. Put a few on the board. We don't need D-tackle, but I got a couple, or at least one on there. We going after a couple linebackers because we do need linebacker. So it doesn't hurt to go after some linebackers. Don't need any middle linebackers, but got 2 on the board just because. It's always nice. Definitely need some corner and some safeties. So we'll add some corners and safeties to the board. We'll add this guy to the board. And then we probably need to put a punter on the board, don't we? Yeah, we're going to have some sort of punter. I don't know who it's going to be. 6'4", 209. Oh, my God. 6'4", 209. I got to scout him first. Please tell me you got like a mega leg or something. Oh, the kick power staying up there. He's a gem, busted gem, but he's got 88 kick power and 73 accuracy. I'm going to go for you. I'm going to offer you a Scully as a punter. All right, let's get serious, though. Let's scout some of these big dogs, some of these top players in the country, especially some of these quarterbacks. 85 speed, Platinum Option King right off the bat is pretty nice. Now, I'm really interested in this guy, 6'5", 203, Demarius Kelly. Looks pretty solid. Also, Platinum Option King. Manny Keaton. I'm always here for a big-time wide receiver. 95 speed at 6'6". Are you kidding me? And the release is 84. Oh, I'm going all in on this guy. I'm putting him at the top of the board. Manny Keaton is my ideal wide receiver. He's 6'6", 211. He's got 84 release as a true freshman, 95 speed. This dude's the real deal. We are keeping a big eye on him. We are keeping a big eye on him. Eric Clowney looks like a freak as well. Platinum second level is great. Creed Kane, a great name. Yeah, Creed. Wade Karloftis, gem defensive tackle. Love to see that. A big-time 90 speed corner. Colby Rivero, also a safety. Or also a DB, I guess. Gem outside linebacker. 85 speed's nice. Nolan Wilds is a running back with 93 speed, 92 excel, 91 agility. Okay, 6 foot 188. Carlos Trueblood, 91 speed. Only 75 speed for Kelvin Stitzer. Is that his name? I think that's how you would say that. Sean Mentor's okay. Doug Murphy. Show me that speed, Doug. There it is. Dougie Mack, baby. Well, Dougie Murph, I guess. Ooh, 96 speed for Manny Marama. What is that name? Was that a stroke? Manny Maramarosa. Manny Maramarosa. Say that 5 times fast. He's got 96 speed. He's a stud. I'm offering the Scully right now. You're getting the lobster. He's getting the lobster and the steak and everything. Brian Coker. Hardly know her. He's getting a Scully. Edward Moss, how good are you? You look okay. Pretty decent. Same thing for Eduardo. Deontay Hutton, 91 strength is decent. Joey Chestnut's brother. Looks okay. Nothing too crazy. Same. All these guards are okay. They're nothing special. This guy looks pretty good though. 96 strength's really awesome. Pretty good for you. Alfonso Tongues. Tongues? Doesn't look great. Damian Lake, 6'6", defensive end with 80 speed, 85 finesse move. That's pretty good. Garrison Poindexter, great name. He's a busted gem, though. What about Jaden? 85 block shed's a good sign. He looks okay. Jim Lennon, 85 speed. I like that. Emmanuel Bridges, only 80 speed. Spencer Russo. He's a gem as well. 91 speed and 89 acceleration. I'm going to give you a Scully right out the gates so I don't forget about you. I'm probably going to give all these guys scholarships if I have the points to. 91 speed corner. 89 speed corner, not a fan that much. Especially 87 speed free safety. I don't really like that much either. I'm giving all these guys scholarships, though, as long as I have the hours. I should. It's only 5 hours. But I'm really excited about that wide receiver. I know. We don't need wide receiver that much. We just had to cut like 2 wide receivers off the team. We just brought in like 8 freshman wide receivers. But that dude he looks almost generational. I don't know what his development trait's going to be, but he looks like a monster. That's like a combination of Tyreek Hill and Calvin Johnson. He looks like a freak. And I'm no disrespect to Calvin Johnson. He was fast as well. But I mean, 96 speed at 6'6", and he has like 84 release. I mean, that dude's a monster. I'm not going to have enough hours to get everybody, so I'll just add some of these other guys down here at the bottom. Already got you. Get these guys. Let's get one on Martin Turner. All right, so we didn't have enough hours to offer everybody a scholarship, but that's okay. Custom schedule. What's the custom schedule look like? Kansas on week 0. UNLV, UCLA, FCS, Michigan. Okay. A rematch of the national championship game? That's kind of crazy. Kind of a weird... it's a lot of away games down the stretch. I don't like that at all. Oof. Not a lot of home games for recruiting. That kind of sucks. I might have to change this Michigan game to a home game so we can get some recruiting. And I might have to schedule a game in week 8. So if I take away the Kansas game, I think I might have to schedule a game first. I got to schedule a game here. We got to have late season or middle season recruiting. Can't just have a bunch of away games. But who do we play? Do we play Sam Houston again? I think we have to, right? Oh, I can't reach. Okay, never mind. I think we had to play Sam Houston again. They're our rivals. We got to play Sam Houston. I'm definitely going to take away FCS Northwest. That's obvious. We play. Okay, we can play them here. Let's play them here. And then we will schedule a game for this. Who should we play? I don't really want to play like a super tough team because it's going to be simulation at the end of the day. Let's see. Who should we play? Tulane's kind of crazy good. That's a little weird. Should we beat up on some minors maybe? Possibility. Or maybe we play North Texas. I mean, we stole one of their players in the transfer portal. Maybe he gets a game to go home and play. Whatever game it is, it has to be a home game. So we can, because that's the whole reason I'm scheduling a game here is for recruiting. So let's play Tulane. Okay, so what's the schedule look like now? So we've got home to start the season against UNLV, obviously for the rivalry. Then we've got UCLA on the road. We've got Sam Houston for our own rivalry game. Then we got the bye week. Then we've got Stanford, Michigan, which is strange, but we got Michigan on here, a little bit of a national championship rematch. Then Washington State, which I don't think we played last year. Tulane, SMU, Utah, BYU, Colorado, Liberty. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 home games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away games. So we probably need to have one more away game. And I definitely don't want to go to the big house, that's for sure. And we need to have the Tulane game be a home game for recruiting. I might as well, should we just go on the road to Sam Houston? I mean, I guess. It's not going to hurt us that much, is it? All right, so we'll switch that game to on the road. Then we have 6 and 6 for even away and home games. And I think that's a decent schedule. Make sure it saves real quick. All right, perfect. Okay, so we will go to the week 0. And we will officially get ready to go for season number, what is it, season number 5? Ooh, we got locked out on a 5-star and a 4-star. That's not great. Not great. How are we going to be doing for hours this year? 700 hours. 2-time national champions, 700 hours, really? Well, we got to put all of our chips in the Manny Keaton basket. That's guaranteed. Full 75 on him. And then everybody else, we can kind of just figure it out. So we got locked out on him, and we got locked out on Deontay Keenan. I don't think, or Deonton, I don't know what his name was. Quarterback, I wasn't like super blown away with any of these quarterbacks. They were fine. 85 speed's fine, 86 speed's fine. Demarius Kelly, I like Darius Kelly better than Shane Volk, but they're very similar. They're almost exactly the same. I'm gonna take Shane Volk off. No, I'll keep him on the board just until he locks me out. But Demarius Kelly, I will go after a little bit. I'll only put like 25 on him, just to get in the waters a little bit. Nolan Wilds is pretty good, but we don't necessarily need a running back. But 93 speed at running back is pretty sick. I'll put 25 on him. We'll see what happens. Wide receiver. We need to go for corner. We need to put a lot of our hours on corner. So we got 90 speed George. That's right. This Manny guy, that's right. 96 speed for him. We need to go all in on him. So we need to put the full 65 for him. Doug Murphy has 93 speed with his decent coverages. George's got good agility. I'll go in on George. He's also a 5-star, so that helps. We'll put the full 65 on him. Those will probably be the two corners we go after at the start. We need to put some hours on a safety. It's probably going to be Colby Rivero. So we'll put the full 65 on him. We need to go in on Carlos Trueblood. Put all the hours on him. We need to put hours on the punter. So I'll put like 5 hours on him. For right now, we'll do that. Middle linebacker. Did I like any of these guys? They're fine. Spencer Russo might be the better of them, at least athletically. 77 zone coverage. Better zone coverage than K, but that's not really his thing. I like Spencer Russo. I think I might go in on him. Maybe not as hard. We're already number 1 on his board, so let's just put 25 on him. Outside linebacker, Savage. 85 speed, 80 speed. 85 hit power for Ben Savage as well. And he's the number 1 player. I always gotta go for the number 1 player in the country. No matter what position he plays. So we'll go all in on Ben Savage. We definitely need a D-tackle. Wade Karlaftis looks really good, so we'll go all in on him. Put the full 65 on him. Defensive end is not like the biggest need for us. We are a little old at the position. But it's not like crazy important. We can always go after a top player like Kelvin. So we'll put 65 on him. And I kind of like Alfonso Tongues, even though he's a busted gem. He's got decent numbers. His speed isn't crazy. Although Jaden Sieg also looks fairly good. Maybe we go in on Sieg. I'll put 25 on him. Notre Dame's going after him pretty hard, though. This guy, we're already top of the board, so we'll go 25 on him. We do need some guards, that's for sure. And we'll go 25 on Martin Turner. Do we need a tackle? I don't remember if we need a tackle or not. We only have 15 hours. Coker, I'll put 10 on. And then Clowney is only a 5-star. Or he is a 5-star. I only have 5 hours left. All right, that's probably how we'll divvy up the hours. We're probably going to get locked out of a few different people, that's for sure. But I like the way that we divvied up the hours. I guess I could take 25. I could take the 25 off of Nathan Wilds. Or Nolan Wilds, I mean. It's not the most important position to get at running back. We're already pretty good. We have a lot of young running backs, including 2 freshmen we just brought in. So Let's just move all the guys that we're targeting up to the top so I can keep track of everybody. Some of these guys I'm really excited about. And then obviously the punter we'll put up at the top. Just keep track on him. I think I'm going to move... Where's he at? I think I'm going to take the 25 off of Nolan Wilds. We'll put like 10 on him or something. And then Clowney, although that's only going to give us 20. So what we'll do is we'll put 5 on him. So that we can put 25 on Eric Clowney. And then we'll basically just give us a better chance to get the 5-star instead of the other 5-star that's at a position we don't necessarily need as much. So, but I'm in on Manny Keaton, man. I'm Manny, I'm in on you, Manny. I am in on you. But we will simulate the week. Get to week number 1. I will get the depth chart already and the red shirts already before we start next episode where we simulate and all that kind of stuff. We got locked out. Nolan Wilds locks us out. You know what? That's probably for the best because that takes away any of my thoughts of, oh, maybe we should go after him after all. Ooh, we're going to be in a battle with LSU, that's for sure. Clowney locked us out? Well, that didn't work either. All right, Wilds locked us out. Not a surprise there. It does free us up a little bit of hours to switch on to somebody else. A lot of these guards locked us out. Not surprised. Poindexter didn't look that good either. All right. So after a week of sim, we are looking interesting on some of these recruits. That is for sure. We have 30 hours. I kind of like Sieg a little. I might want to put some extra ones on him. Let's put 5 extra on him to get up to 30. Who else needs help? Probably Demarius Kelly needs a little bit of help, but he is, at the end of the day, a quarterback. Ooh, Sean Mentor, we jumped into number 1 for him. Might be able to get a little bit more. Put those extra 15 on him. See what happens. All right, that is going to be the end of the off-season episode. Next episode, we will simulate the entire year of 2028. I got to remember to change the playbook. I think I'm going to go Oregon. When have we ever seen Oregon be bad? We do a run and shoot style. When have we ever seen Oregon be bad? So I think we're going to do Oregon's spread offense. We have the quarterback to be able to do it. I think we'll stick with a 4-2-5. That seems fine by me. But Oregon's offense is going to work for us this year, hopefully. That's going to do it for the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.